Go Gaming here again, and I got something pretty cool to share with you guys today. So I haven't streamed since the day one of the open beta, and I did that with the closed beta as well. So I'm gonna get right into some pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna be playing around a bit and showing you guys some of the stuff I've come across in the beta and what I think about it, and what I hope you guys agree with, really, because a lot of other people have been going against this game lately, and there's been a few little bugs and issues in the game that have been worked on. Actually, a few of them have been solved within the past several hours and several days, but yeah, honestly, I don't know, but yeah, I guess we might as well get started. So down here in the bottom portion of the apartment or house or whatever you want to call it, I have my custom Mercedes here with the camo. You got the gray, black and white camo, which I really enjoy. I love that. I'm actually gonna take some pictures later of several of my vehicles because I have not done that yet, and I want to make sure that I have pictures of those before the closed beta ends, because of course, even though the game's going to be coming out, you know, very very soon, and I'm going to be able to get a hold of these pretty quickly again, I really enjoy how they were done, and I know a lot of these wraps and liveries and decals or whatever you want to call them are gonna be gone here very soon, like this one right here. I know that a lot of people spend a lot of time working on these, and I really enjoy that. Like, I'm glad that people created these, both the motorcycle Captain America shield one and this truck's. They were both made by somebody else, not myself. I do not know who made them, but they are very amazing, and I really enjoyed them, and I hope those people make them again when the actual game comes out. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and head upstairs, and right now I'm doing something. I'm kind of hiding a few of the things that you guys haven't seen yet. Of course, I have the motorcycle there because I posted a video just earlier today, I believe, that shows that bike. So starting off, this airplane, once again somebody else's custom wrap. I really thought it was colorful and cool and unique, and I thought I just had to purchase it and put it on my aircraft because it was the most interesting one, and I'm not that good at putting designs on airplanes, so I tried, but it didn't work. So that's the coolest one I came across, and whoever made that's amazing. And yeah, so there's that one. You come over here. I do believe I have the music off on this game, so that shouldn't be playing, right? Hold on, I'm gonna pause this. Music is off, so it cannot be copyrighted, right? I honestly don't know that song. So there's the boat. I actually have another boat in here, which is this one. The Proto Hornet. So this one's actually one of the Ivory Tower created. Like, they designed this, but it's based off of the same design as some of the real boats out there. They have a couple of them, of course, and they have the regular boat that's in here. If my guy would move a whole lot faster, this would make this a whole lot less dangerous here. So anyways, though, then we get into some of the vehicles I've purchased. So there's this one, which actually I think I'm gonna go outside before I pick any of these other ones. I'm actually gonna, you guys have already seen the apartments and stuff before, so there's nothing special or new here. So yeah, of course there is my Mazda MX MX-5, I believe. Yeah, this is a Miata MX-5. Oh, that's somebody in their Lamborghini. Okay. Well, yeah. Whoa, that sounds weird. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and actually take off from here because there's a few people and they do stupid crap. So... just one thing, I mean, if you guys can't hear this, it's absolutely amazing, and if you guys have heard of Miata in real life, you'd be able to say that this actually sounds almost exactly like it. I would actually say it does sound exactly like it. I really don't hear many differences. Now, of course, some Miatas, they like to go put their little fart can exhausts on there and have this crazy sound, and they sound a little bit louder, actually a lot louder, and they're more rattly, but that actually sounds really good as is. I really like that. And onto some other vehicles. So actually, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go ahead and grab what you guys already see. I'm gonna go to the R34 here in a minute. I don't want to go straight to that one because that's kind of like my personal creation. So this is the MV Agusta, which is I'm not sure what kind of bike this is. I mean, it sounds like it could come from many different places, but I would really be excited if this was an Arabian bike or Arabic created, you know, like from the Middle East or something. Preferably Dubai, it would seem the place that would create something like this. I'm not like I said, I'm not really much of a sport bike person. I don't know everything about sports bikes or motorcycles or anything like that. I really do enjoy bikes though, but to go on past that, it's a really cool bike. It sounds really cool. It feels amazing. This is like this is the fastest bike on this game. I mean, that was already determined when a couple guys actually came up to me and I was playing with them in a crew, and they had bought a couple other bikes in the game, and they were actually hoping to run into somebody with this bike, and they sent me a crew invite the second they saw me on the bike, and they were in game chat, so I had my headset on and we were talking, and the guys wanted to go test out the bikes and see which one was the fastest, and we all had maxed out bikes, and my bike just left the other ones behind. It really did. It's fastest bike in the game. I'm sorry for those of you who really loved it. But yeah, there was a Kawasaki Ninja, there was the Panigale R, and I think the other one was I think it was the BMW, the S1000 RR or whatever. But yeah. Oh Jesus.
Considering Chevy Camaro.
No, I'm not considering anything. I thought I'd turn it off. I'm trying to get to my comments, you know. Thanks, man. Mashberry Games, thanks. I appreciate it, man. How's the game? I haven't got it yet. Oh man, that's right, phone guy. I forgot you existed. I'm sorry, bro. Hey man, you haven't been on in a long time. But it's not the final game, it's the beta. So the beta is amazing. The final game, I don't know what's gonna happen different between today and Tuesday, but Tuesday's the official drop. I'm pretty sure some things are going to be changed and fixed throughout the week while the Gold Edition and Motor Edition pre-ordered people get their stuff. Like I said, I'm getting mine Tuesday because I pre-ordered it. But like I said, yeah, the beta is amazing. It's absolutely wonderful. I really like it. There's a few bugs, but majority of them are, you know, being fixed and worked on as we speak. So yeah, and they're not even really big important bugs. They're just tiny things that kind of, you know, people cry about, but it's all right. I mean, it's cool to see the stuff get fixed, and everybody ends up happy. But one big problem that I have with other people, not really the game, but people, is the fact that so many people, so many YouTubers specifically, and it's kind of surprising because, yes, in a way it makes sense, but in another way it's kind of really, you're not, you know, you're thinking about yourself and not everybody else now. For those of us who have plenty of time, we like to grind on games and, you know, make the game last as long as possible and make it feel like we actually earned something. And yeah, that feeling's great and all, and you may play the game for just a little while longer because it takes longer, but it's not really that much of a difference. But, you know, like, if you like grinding for parts and things on this on games in general, specifically like the last game, you know how you had to grind forever just to get the right parts, plus it threw you parts that were lower levels, and then eventually they updated the game where every time you did something when you were grinding, you would get a part that actually upgraded your car. Now that wasn't too bad, but I do want to say that I do love the part sharing on this game. Unlike a lot of other people, they really hate it and really go against it. Now there's a bunch of people I've seen that you know, like it, that actually like the same the system that we have now. But many YouTubers have been complaining and saying that nobody's gonna play the game forever because they don't have to work towards so many things. But I feel like the grinding system is enough, because if you really think about it, many people have jobs and lives and things like that, and they don't have much time to really hop on the game and go grinding or anything. So really it takes a while to get the parts that you want anyways, because if you think about it, there's different like power-ups or, you know, bonus things that come with these parts, and some people want specific ones. Not only that, but there's a green, blue, and pink part system where you may get a level 280 part for your vehicle, but it's a green part and it doesn't give you any sort of bonus, and your vehicle's not as fast as it could be. And or you could be making more money because there's a money upgrade, or like I said earlier, power up. But that's my personal opinion on that. I'm gonna go ahead and switch vehicles now, because, you know, I've been chilling in that bike for a minute. So customization, yeah, Mashbury, absolutely correct, man. Customization is amazing. Take pretty much everything you can do in Need for Speed 2015, throw it in this game, and then give it a day and night cycle with actual good graphics and a wider vehicle selection, plus different disciplines like airplanes and boats and stuff, and you get a game that'll absolutely destroy Payback, because for one, it's got everything that Payback has pretty much, plus a bunch of vehicles. And it may not be the exact, you know, pieces and bumpers and things like that you want, but I'll tell you right now, if you're trying to create a specific type of body kit, I've seen some Rocket Bunny styled body kits on here, but, you know, it's just like with wide fenders and specific front bumpers and things like that. And yeah, you know, you may just want a kit altogether, but you can practically build your own kits on this game. I mean, you know, it's not everything, and I don't think it ever will be everything that you can, you know, nitpick and dig down and try to find. But I promise you'll create something in this game that you love and that you enjoy, so there's no reason for anybody to not want this game for specific things like, oh, a Rocket Bunny kit, or, you know, things like that. That's kind of ridiculous. The game's a whole lot more than just that. But like I said, like, one of my friends on here created the Lamborghini Aventador SV, which, I mean, if you can create that from a stock Aventador, then you must be able to do something with this game. But yeah, pretty much. So right now I'm on the Indian Scout. This is a custom decal that I did, or livery. It speaks for itself. It actually, I think it looks really, really good. I enjoyed it, and I've actually gotten a few downloads on here, so I guess a few other people enjoy this livery as well. But yeah, motorcyclists. See, I'm telling you, this game has something for everybody. This game, it's got almost everything you can imagine. Like, for those who like bikers and things like that, there's 4 motorcycles on this game, and I don't believe they're going to be all the motorcycles that come to the game. I really hope that they're not. And if they are, then that's sad, kind of. But then again, there's 4 bikes that you have that fit the biker style, and you know, you can really get, you know, go on with it. That's pretty nice. Scroll. You're pretty gay anyway. No, I'm just you should really expose me on your channel now that Evil Teddy's kind of dying with an over exaggerated amount of videos about me. Oh yeah, look at that. The Viper. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, so anyways though, this is the Indian Chief Dark Horse. It's a really big and thick bike. It's really cool. If you guys hear the sounds on here, it's just, they're so amazing. Absolutely wonderful. I don't know, like, I personally just love it. So now we have the Harleys that I'm about to pull out. We got the, I believe this is a Street Glider is what it is. Like I said, I'm not a big motorcycle person, so don't really know. It really sounds amazing though. I've heard motorcycles all my life. I may not know motorcycles specifically, but I'll tell you right now, that sounds really cool and sounds like a motorcycle, so I don't know. Oh wow. Oh, he's dying. He is dying, sir. And if he isn't dying anymore, at least, because the last video that I went and watched of his, actually I watched it on 3 different people's phones, so that's probably where half of his views came from. You know, the funniest thing is that I share his video more than any of you guys probably do, so I'm the cause of Evil Teddy's channel to be anything at all, really, because for one, his videos are about me, so obviously people want to watch it because it's about me. 2, I'm the one who kind of like goes out and tells everybody that, you know, there's some funny ghetto exposing video with a bunch of fake crap on it, so, you know, yeah, whatever though. Nah. Anyways, this motorcycle, the Iron 883, is a Harley. It's freaking sweet. That's nice. So we're gonna go into some classic muscle cars here, starting with the '69 Camaro, and it's also got a some extra wide fenders on there, you know, and the arches stick out a bit more. The wheels are actually brought out a bit more too. I also have a scoop on the hood. And change the tail lights as well. Stock front bumper though. I don't know, man. This car is just awesome. It's one of my favorite cars in real life, honestly. The 69 Camaro. I wish they had the 77 Camaro. They do have the 7D. Oh no, wait, 71. My bad. 1971 Chevy Camaro. Which, really, the 77 Camaro looks almost exactly like this. The main difference, really, is that little, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like beak in the front is kind of stretched out a bit more. Like on the bottom it's pulled out more, so the bottom front bumper where the I guess you could say that's like a splitter or like a little chin or something on the bumper actually kind of comes out way further. I don't know, it looks way better. That's why I like that car a whole lot more. And it's actually the same kind of car as at that same year that Bumblebee is, the original Bumblebee from the first Transformers movie. If you guys don't know, that's actually been my favorite car since before that movie even came out. But I mean, I'm kind of glad that they use that car for Bumblebee, and I really wish they'd bring it into some games. It'd be cool if they brought it in here. But yeah.
You're up against Sophia in this one.
It's some boat race. Yeah, no, we're gonna ignore that. So this thing actually sounds really cool. Like I said, all these cars sound amazing. I mean, if you just listen to them, they're just absolutely amazing. Here we go with the Impala. This is a 1970s Impala, isn't it? 1967, almost 1970. Sounds a lot like that Camaro, honestly. But I mean, back then they kind of used the same engines. It was the same Chevy LS engine. It's a classic V8 muscle car, man. This is before Impalas became ghetto little, I guess, semi-wannabe sports cars. I don't know, sedans. You know, the normal everyday car. So we got the 1970 Challenger RT with some really big rims on there. And I actually did this because I seen a picture of a Challenger like this, and then I actually seen a darker purple one in real life the other day. Actually, it might have been the same purple, but it had some pretty nice big rims like this. And I thought I'd go ahead and make some big old wheels for this car. It actually sounds pretty cool too. And I mean, you know, if either they would have had to bring this car in or the Barracuda, man. I'd like to see some Plymouth cars come in here, like the, I don't know, yeah, Plymouth would be nice, and then maybe a Pontiac or something, like a Pontiac GTO would be cool for the off, I guess, Chevy based group or whatever, you know, because I mean, I don't think they could bring in the Firebird. Well, they might be able to bring, if they brought in like a certain year of the Firebird, then yeah, but like the 1990s, I think it was like 1998 or so, Pontiac Firebird, if I'm not wrong. Well, I mean, yeah, that one or an older one. It could have been like a, what's the Smokey and Bandit one? That's like, that one's like 1980s. Firebird. Yeah. Here's the 69 Charger. It's actually very, very nice. It's the generally yeah, Pontiac closed down, so I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Firebird anyways, because I always seen it as a knockoff of a Camaro, but it's whatever. I mean, just because they closed down doesn't mean the cars can't be, you know, thrown into a game. So GTO would be a pretty cool car to bring in. And the funny thing is before they did close down, they actually were working on a new Firebird that looked like the right. And before they shut down, they were actually working on a new Firebird that looked like the 2010 Camaro, but they never released it and then closed down, you know. So I mean, they might have actually stayed open if they would have dropped the actual car. There's just nothing left for them to really do, though. So once again, another car with really wide rims. Well, this is there's actually a reason for this too. That's because these rims in this car belongs to a movie called Gone in 60 Seconds. And if you guys don't know, Eleanor, or you know, the older Shelby GT500 from that movie, you really got to watch it. It was a version with Nicolas Cage too, so you know, who doesn't love a movie with that crazy guy in it? This car is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to actually officially get a hold of it in the final game. If you guys don't know, none of this actually saves to the final game when I get it Tuesday, so it's gonna be gone. It's whatever. What up, you know? Minivan was the last vehicle in yeah, no, minivan's not a man's car. That's a soccer mom car. I'm sorry, Connor. It suits you though. I mean, you would fit in a minivan, and you probably would get a bunch of children in there with your candy techniques, and maybe even installing free Wi-Fi. I mean, you and your I don't know. You might be too obvious before, you know, any kids decide to get in your car. Nope, he's a pedophile. We already know it. We know it. Don't even bother getting in the car. No, just turn the other way. I like how you said Nick Cage is a rapist and you're a pedophile. But anyways though, alright, so as you guys can see on screen, the most wonderful creation of all time, and this took me an hour and a half to do. Don't reckon to my car, airplane guy. He's flying above me somewhere. I just heard him. Oh, there he is over there, 500 yards away. But anyways though, right, anyways though, this is the R34 GTR Skyline. The most wonderful and, I guess, both famous and infamous. I mean, it's known for being illegally brought into the US and street raced, and it's like highly powered. But anyways though, this one's made to look like the one from Too Fast, Too Furious. I actually created this one myself, and I like I said, I spent an hour and a half on creating this wrap because a few other people made it, but they made it pretty bad. Like the blue was too light on one of them. Another one, the blue was the right color, but they made it a matte gray and covered it instead of letting people choose their own color. And actually, I kind of wish the dude would have just left the other people's colors so I didn't have to create this one. But he also forgot all the logos and things on the hood, which I actually went and custom made myself. They are not in the game. Same thing on the side where the NX and the K and N are. I customly made those, and I actually think it all looks pretty freaking good, though. I can't lie. I mean, I was kind of afraid I'd really done it wrong, and then I got a few downloads, and a bunch of people, you know, started just putting my stuff on their cars. I actually seen a guy with mine on there because he had all of these logos from the movie car, which were exactly the same as mine. If you guys can't already tell, I mean, those were really, really hard to make, and they were all specific. Like, I did specific sizes and everything, and the guy had the exact same. I mean, I pulled my car out and looked at his too, so it was pretty easy to tell. But yeah, I'm glad people liked my wrap. I mean, I kind of went all out and designing it and everything. I really like it. That's pretty cool, you know. You drive a Nissan that nobody wants and nobody cares about, and you're also still a loser, and I don't care if it's real or not. I get to drive pretty much any car that you would never get to drive every day digitally. Whether it's real or not, it feels real, especially when you have a steering wheel and a set of gas pedals in front of you. It still works. Why go anywhere when you can sit in one spot and go everywhere? Am I wrong? Because if you take a step back and look at this map, there's plenty of to explore to keep my life happy. So we're gonna go back in here. So yeah, that's amazing. Here we go with the RX-7. Actually, before I do anything with that, I mean, I get to meet people too. You know, they're real, just over microphones. And I mean, I get to see things that are based on real things, or actually kind of digitally scanned and put into a gaming world. I mean, I'm not missing out on much. No, not really. I mean, and if you say I'm missing out on hanging out with you, God, shoot me. So let's see, we're gonna go here and play around for a bit. The day you drive a Lamborghini Aventador around a track in real life, then you'll impress me. And riding in one doesn't count because I've done that before, and in real life. Not on a racetrack, but I mean around the town. And a Ferrari as well. I also go to Sunday night car meets, if you didn't know that, and too, I also know real people who own real modified Japanese cars and muscle cars. And actually, just the other day, there was a classic muscle car meet going on out west. Actually, well, not really far out west, but like right over on the by the loop. So yeah, I do get out in the real world, and I do experience real cars. I may not drive any of them yet, and I mean, I'm already talking to a guy to buy a, by the way, 1995 Nissan 240SX for almost $10,000, which it's got around $40,000 of modification into it too. So I mean, I only got a few months before that's gonna be sitting out in my front yard. Well, in the driveway. So, well, buddy, I'll impress you within the next week. I just don't, I hope I don't have to see you where I'm working all the time, because, man, I'm gonna really hate that. Unless you quit Subway, because, I mean, if you quit Subway, then I don't have to run into you, or I may not see you, but, if you're still working there, then... No, actually, no, I wouldn't see you anyways, because I'm gonna be working nights. I'm gonna be a night stalker. Oh, hold on. At a warehouse, that sounds nice. Well, anyways though, yeah, I'm gonna be working at Walmart, so I guess, you know, like I said, within the next week or so, I guess you'll be somewhat impressed then, right? Even though it doesn't matter to me. So, going on in the game, I'm actually gonna go to, oh, hold on, I already seen it. We have the AMG GT, I believe this is actually, the GT3, my bad, AMG GT3. Right. I mean, I'm not gonna have to really deal with people either, because all I'm gonna be doing is stocking shelves and dragging stuff around the store for $16 an hour, and I mean, I guess I'll be working all night, so I get to stay up all night and sleep all day in my typical usual gaming schedule anyways. No, not really. I mean, what, deal with other store employees, so what? I mean, that's not a problem. I've already talked to some of the people there. It's pretty cool. Some younger people who work there anyways. Yeah, that's pretty stupid, because nobody's gonna do that at the store. Okay, so yeah, you have fun with that. Alright, here we go. So finally I've saved up and bought this crazy thing. We're gonna go in first person for this though. Hopefully I get some free parts for the vehicle after doing this. Ooh, did I get that last one? Maybe. Looks like I might have, yeah. It's still working, right? Yep. Okay, so I did get a part for the vehicle. Now I'm gonna go throw it on here. I mean, today is the last day to really mess around with this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now we're gonna go on to a drag strip, actually, because you guys have already seen all the vehicles pretty much now. I mean, actually no, before I do that, I'm going to drift a bit. Let me set this to manual. I'm gonna go ahead and go straight, see if I can. Hey look, there's another person. Direction up a bit. Oh, I was trying to see what he was doing. Okay. I guess crashing is what I was doing. Wow. Yep, that happened. So, yep, that's the drifting. It's really nice. It's way better than the last game and definitely better than any other game I've played other than maybe like Assetto Corsa and Gran Turismo. I mean, those are a little more I guess they allow you to do just a bit more than this game does. They really do. Well, Assetto Corsa, I mean, it can be pretty similar to this. It's not that different. Like the holding the drift, because on a GT Sport you can hold your drift at an angle, like, if you know what I mean. You kind of, you might be able to understand what I'm saying. So like when you're on a straight road and you're sideways, if you keep your tires burning at a, you know, you could literally just roll, like, just, hold on, let me see if I can. Something like that, like you would just stay at that angle, like all the way down, just stay side, like not really completely sideways, but like angled. Like your car would stay angled all the way down. Like it wouldn't move out of its spot. But I mean, I don't expect the game to have perfect everything on it, and its drifting isn't perfect, but it's pretty damn nice, and I don't think you can really argue with that much, so whatever. So drift cars, I actually need to get out of. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna leave it. Actually, oh my god, not what I want to do next, for sure. Don't want to do that. So we're gonna go to a motocross track. I believe is this one. We're not going to actually do the race itself. We're gonna just screw around on the track. Here we go. God, I hate some of these jumps on this game though. So yeah, dirt bikes on here are pretty fun too, and pretty nice. I will say that some of the physics and stuff are a little off, but not all of it. It's not too bad. And playing around on these dirt bike tracks, because they have them all over the map, they're a lot of fun. There's somebody right now. Yeah, it's the game. NPCs. What's up? Screwed up there. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I honestly enjoy messing around on the dirt bikes, and I'd really like to get like a group of people together on here and mess around and kind of enjoy all these little things that they got. Yeah, I was definitely going the wrong way on that. But from there, we're actually gonna go change to an off-road vehicle. And we're going to mess around for a minute. I'm actually gonna go to this. So we're in the Grand Canyon at the moment, which is pretty cool. I actually want to go towards Vegas, but that's north, and that would be back that way. There may be a road that curves around that way. I'll follow this direction. There is a road. So yeah, now we're Whoa. Heading back towards Vegas. I don't want to go into Vegas, but I want to go through Vegas to get to this other spot, and that was a pretty rough bump there. Hold on, let me actually see. I am on the other side. I do want to get there. But I don't believe we're going to drive all the way there. I think I'm actually gonna fly. The bucker. A couple people back that way. Whoa. Pretty cool to see the Grand Canyon. Some trees and stuff over there on top. I believe there actually is water over that way that goes through the Colorado River and all that. Yeah, it's back behind me. There's just so much detail and chunkiness in this area. It's just so dug up, and there's so many different elevation like patterns, I guess is what you can call it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty soothing to just, you know, fly around in a plane and kind of look around. Maybe do some flips. Turn on my smoke. About 7 miles away. Touch and go, baby. I think we're actually gonna drop into some water here. And we're gonna go up just to kind of change it up a bit. Drive this here boat. Oh wait, isn't there a path up the mountain? I saw a water path. Oh, it's over there. Okay, cool. Whoa, okay, that's not right. It was turning me the wrong way. Oh, that's a tree and land. Am I gonna make it back? I am not. I was trying to go upstream. I know I'm going the wrong way. Now if you notice, the water's actually slowing me down. Not only, well, I mean, not only that, but I'm going up too, but the water's actually flowing towards me, so it slows you down. Oh, that's a rock. So I'm gonna go ahead and or not. Okay, that makes sense. There we go. Switch back into an airplane. There's a Great Salt Lake. I am now 3 miles from where I want to be. That is Salt Lake City over there next to all those mountains with covered in snow. Which, if you guys don't know, Salt Lake City is cold but not frozen. Now in the first game they actually had snow and stuff everywhere all over Salt Lake City. It does snow there every once in a while, but it's not always frozen or anything, you know, so it's cold. It just stays cold, that's all I can say. And it gets sunny. They have daily sunshine. So after this will probably actually be the last of the video. I'll kind of go through some of the cities and stuff with you guys, like just show you what they look like. I'm not really gonna fly or drive or do anything like that there. I just wanted to make my way over this way so that you guys could see some of the cooler off-road features of the game. So the final vehicle I'm really gonna play around with, actually not really the final vehicle. I have one more vehicle after this, but the final off-road vehicle I'm gonna play with is this one, of course. Which the beta, I believe, actually turns off, like they just stop it tonight at maybe like 3 a.m. for those of you in the Texas like area and Kansas and stuff like that, like all the states right here. That up there in front of us is not water. That is the salt flats, Bonneville salt flats. And that's where I'm going to actually play around with the final vehicle that I'm going to show you guys. It's kind of a place where a lot of people take these types of vehicles anyways. I love how you can see the suspension working on this thing. Just the shocks and the... I believe it's got both a hydraulic system and just regular shocks on it. Just and it's got like the springs and all that. Pretty crazy. It's pretty cool though. I mean, I could have sworn they do still have it. Okay, it's right here. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this is a place where people come and pile up, and they have their mobile homes and stuff like that, and they come out here during weekends and things like that, and they bring out drag cars and they drag race. They also have these what they call assault rockets, or they're like really skinny and thin drag cars. I mean, that's what they are. They're really high powered cars. They actually kind of sound like this. They're like jets, dude. They're like miniature skinny jets. It's like they took the wings off of a jet plane and just stuck it on the ground. But other than that, we're actually gonna come back here. I want to let my tires cool off a bit so I can do a pretty good burnout. If you guys can't hear this, dude, I'm sorry, but it's absolutely amazing. We're gonna wait for my tires to cool down a bit more. Actually, I think that's about as cool as they'll get. So we're gonna go ahead and... There we go. Actually, we're gonna... I'm sorry, I'm gonna do that the right way. Here we go. The car actually tries to pop up and everything. We're gonna use a little bit of nitrous in here. Gonna hit 298, 99, 300 miles per hour, 303. It's still getting faster. Yeah. 309 miles per hour. Alright guys, so like I said before I completely shut this stream down, I got to pretty much talk about and do everything that I wanted to do. There's just one final thing that I want you guys to see, and that is these amazing cities, especially at nighttime. So Chicago's got all these wonderful skyscrapers, and then this amazing huge park area that's just it's beautiful. It really is. Then you come across the water, And you have Detroit, which has less skyscrapers. It's more split up areas, you know, which is pretty cool though. I mean, I'm pretty sure a few of these are real. I don't know if they all are. I mean, like Mexican Town, that's actually a real thing in Chicago. Or, my bad, Detroit. A few of these other ones somebody told me were real, so I'm guessing they all are based on real areas. 8 Mile specifically, obviously. I mean, you would know that. It's an 8 mile flat stretch right there from one end to the other. Then there's little areas around here. Little Eagle Speedrome, which is like the Indianapolis 500 track. Not too far from there. There is a drag strip around here, I believe. No, that's not it. It was somewhere around here. Another thing about the map that I really love is, if you guys haven't already noticed, you can move it around. It's pretty cool. In the last game you couldn't do that. You just literally look straight down. Okay, so that's St. Louis. It's past St. Louis. Actually, I think it's before, but what do I know? I'm pretty sure there's a drag strip around here somewhere. Oh, there it is, right there. I'm missing, going right over it. So cool little. I mean, they actually changed it. It used to be a whole lot cooler. I don't see why these people are driving on it though. It's an actual drag strip. Now I don't know the distance. I'm guessing like a quarter mile, probably. Not even that, maybe. I don't know, somewhere around there. Yeah, yeah, it's probably around a quarter mile. Then there's some other places like Washington. You got the Washington Monument, and then the water. You can actually see the reflection of the monument in the water. I believe this is the Lincoln Memorial, which funny thing is it's not Lincoln in there, but I can swear that's the Lincoln Memorial. There's other like places around here that are related to the White House and things like that. There's National. Okay, there's the National Mall, which is. This building's connected to the White House. Like, I mean, like, it's actually a part of the president's, like, access and all that. I'm pretty sure that has, that's like a show area, I think, or something there. Then there is the actual White House itself. And then you have the President's Park. This is another little area where the president hangs out and does work. All of that. Also, don't want to forget the Pentagon, the Defense District. Then you got one place you have to see at night, New York. All of this is New York, and they got pretty much every major area that you could think of. Central Park is even done pretty nicely. Midtown. Times Square, which is amazing and always will be. I really love Times Square. It's like one of my dream places to go down during nighttime, especially in a very nice car. That would be the best thing ever. Financial District, Brooklyn, Coney Island. I believe they have Queens up here. If I'm not wrong, Queens. Yeah, Queens. Rikers Island, it's a real thing. Long Island and Bronx. Inwood, Harlem, which is the Devil's Kitchen right there, you know. Upper East Side, Central Park. Upper West Side. I believe Jersey right here. Jersey's right there. Then you got Lower Manhattan, which this whole thing right here is Manhattan, pretty much. Then Financial District. Don't want to forget Liberty Island, the Statue of Liberty. We back out from all of that. We come down here. And we see all of Florida all the way down to the Keys. Well, the Miami, and then, which is also another massive area. Little Havana, downtown. Miami Harbor, South Beach, so forth. They also have Daytona up above. Then they have New Orleans, or New Orleans, or New Orleans. I don't know how people say it really. New Orleans, I've heard, is how they say it from there. New Orleans. The Bayou. It's just a swamp. There's a swamp. Nacogdoches. Also believe they have Chattanooga and Clarksdale and the Mississippi, which is something you can't miss. Nashville, Tennessee, the Texas Panhandle, Amarillo, Groom, Great Plains. We got Dallas and a bunch of other hill country. Yeah, you got the hill country down there. You got Fort Stockton, Big Bend National Park. Honestly, I live probably right around here is where I would be on this game, is like down there. Well, I mean, geographically, yeah, I would be right here. Fort Stockton's actually further up here, closer to Dallas, but you have New Braunfels, Padre Island, which Corpus Christi would actually be right here where all this water is, because, well, I mean, it'd be like further back here, but there wouldn't be all these long waterways. It'd be covered by a lot of buildings and stuff. But yeah, Corpus is around here, and then Padre, which you can also take a ferry over to. Then you have Vegas and all of that. And she got the Vegas Strip and Eiffel Tower remake. You got the Space Needle somewhere around here. Right, yeah, they do have a Space Needle here. Should be right there, yeah, there it is. It just disappears when you zoom out. It's kind of weird. I mean, that thing's pretty big. That's what she said, right? The Grande, whatever, Plaza, or I don't know. Castle and stuff like that with the roller coaster. I don't know what that place is called. Pyramid Place is a castle there. This is supposed to be like Manhattan. And the Sphinx, whatever, the pyramid. And the place next to it. There's so many places here. They even have the colorful tunnel that they have in Vegas in real life, which is like a really cool little place to go through. Where is it? It's like a long tube. Here it is, right here. Fremont Street? They have this whole area. Several other places like San Francisco with the wonderful Golden Gate Bridge. Or you even actually have Seattle with the actual Space Needle and not the remake of it or wannabe version of it in Vegas. And you come down and you got the most popular place of all, Los Angeles, which Anaheim would actually be like over here. I don't know if they have it. Do they have Anaheim? They do have Anaheim right there. That's sweet. Newport Beach, Long Beach, and then they have what is it? I think it's like Venice Beach or something like that. Here, wait, yeah, is that what that says? Venice, yep, Venice. Then you have like Beverly Hills and then Bel Air. And then you have Hollywood, which is over here. People tend to call Los Angeles itself Hollywood, but it's not really. Hollywood's an area in Los Angeles. The Mulholland Drive, that's where all the rich people live. Griffith Park, that's like. No, I was about to say do they have it here? What is this? This is the observatory, which is actually further over that way. And then over here is supposed to be the Hollywood Bowl. Then they do actually have Malibu, and it's a similar area to where it is in real life, off the coast and everything. A rich house right there. Which would have been Tony's house in real life. I'm not sure what that is. Santa Barbara. You have a few other places. But anyways, that's the map. There's about 1 billion different places in between. There's little tiny towns and stuff like Roswell, New Mexico's in there somewhere. There's so many other places that you guys have probably heard of, like Palm Springs and stuff. To get to the point, this map is huge. It's amazing. There's so many things to explore. So much more than the last game. There really is. It actually is quite a bit bigger. And then past that, you've got just so much to do. This game will keep you busy for longer than you expect. And getting back to what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, I mentioned something about other YouTubers. Several of these YouTubers, I will say, kind of turned around and said, hey, look, it is what it is. I'll accept it. I'll play the game. I'll more than likely enjoy what it is. I'm pretty sure there's people who will last on this game for years and years and years to come. The last game was what it was, and there were so many other games that weren't like it, and so many other games that could have actually probably were considered better, and yet people still stuck with the game as long as they did and enjoyed it and continued to enjoy it. And I feel like there's so much more to this game that you can do than you really realize. There's exploring. There's so many opportunities in the motorsport world beyond the actual races and things that they give you in the game. Dirt bike events and stuff like that don't have to be exclusive to clicking on stuff like that. Plus PvP is going to be coming, so you'll have an actual PvP setup system. You can do drag racing and different types of events. You saw the drag racing track. There's drag cars. You can also drag race regular cars and bikes and things like that on this game. You can do so much airplane stunts and have other friends judge and do things like that. You could, I mean, there's beyond limits. There's no limits to whatever you want to do in this game. It's a motorsport game. It's the only motorsport game. I can promise you that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, wait, hold on. Before I go, I said it's the only motorsport game. There are 100 of the other games connected to motorsports, but there is no game completely covered in motorsports, like absolutely every motorsport you can think of. This is the only motorsport game. That's the end. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.